I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is October 21st, Monday 2024. Hope you had a good day and a good weekend here. So we pretty much up and down, just consolidating at the moment, but beautiful day in my opinion. Great Asia too. That's how my day got started pretty well because Asia. We came up. We took out this internal high, but we didn't take out the previous day high, I should say, which would be Friday. And then that was a nice catalyst to say, okay, we're gonna build liquidity there. We're gonna come down, and we're gonna wipe out the people to the left of the chart. Man, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. We came down to wipe out people who were buying, right? Then we came back up to wipe out people who were selling. Then we came back down to wipe out people who were buying. And now we're coming back up to wipe people who are selling. Now, I know that sounds like, oh, it's so obvious. But that logic is what creates my path for trades. Like, you really have to understand. That's just like when they create the market price action. Like, it's literally going up and down. So if it's going up and down, dude, then why don't you sell when it's up there and when you buy when it's down there, right? Like the logic is yes, because we're ranging more than we're trending in the market. That's obvious, but the logic is like, for example, when I took this Asia trade, I normally don't take Asia trades. Let me go into it here, but you can see that. Let me go into the smaller time frame. Well, there's two things I want to mention. As we were hugging Friday, look at Friday. You can see we're hugging around that bottom 25%. See the quad levels here, the bottom 25%. You can see that we're just sitting there hugging it. You see that, like literally, right? So and we're there now. But the reason why I sold in Asia yesterday, and I normally don't, but I was watching a movie and I understood that there was this nice liquidity right here. See this? And there's even this low, that low, that low, and that low. You can't see it because this opening range gap. You can see the little wick right above that last week's gap. This is very key on how I caught this. So the obvious eyesore was when we gapped up and we kept pushing up. I'm like, yeah, come and take out this high. I didn't even need it to take out the previous day high, which I thought it could. But at the same time, I was like, nah, watch them dangle that carrot and someone waiting for that, and then they drop it. And sure enough, they did. And I ended up catching it. But why was I selling here? Because of this nice built liquidity here. Plus, if you now go look on the weekly, let me open this up. This is Super Game. Look at the weekly here. See how the previous week we gapped up and we don't have a body there. We don't have a body there. We don't have a body there. But what even though there's no bodies there, what did the next week do? Which in this case, this week, like what did those weeks do following on those gaps? They came down. See how they came down and they mitigated that shit, and then they went back up. Like for example, there was a gap here, right? We came down. Look what last week's did to the prior weeks. They came down into it. You see this? You can see this. Oh shit. This mouse is nuts. You see that? Look at this. Look. All right, you see that? You see how we dipped into that? Now, when we're up here and it's Monday, and I expect Monday to be a shakeout day. So Mondays for me is either really good or it's really bad, right? And then I'm just thinking to myself, now that I'm up here, who just made money? Look on the 1 hour over here. I mean, look at that, right? So, but look where the gap is. If I was to hover my cursor right here, look where it is. You see that level right there. So for me, this was a minimum target because I know they're gonna tag it. Just if I treat this like the 1 minute, right? Like if I treat this like the 1 minute, we usually will tag it into a gap like that and then take off, right? So no difference on the weekly, right? And then that was the logic. Plus, what made me take the Asia trade also is that when we gapped up, we never came back down to mitigate this area. We just literally kept going up. So I'm like, man, that's beautiful. That's a setup right there. Like they're allowing me to take advantage of this. And where did I put the trade? I literally got in right here once we rated right here. I was watching a movie, so I had the phone sitting there, and I normally don't do this, but I'm like, man, I'm not missing this because of the gap, right? But because we didn't come down, it was still open. So I'm like, yeah, perfect. Let me come to this gap right here, which is on the weekly, that level right there, where we opened last week, right? Plus underneath that low because there's fucking all this liquidity right here. Beautiful, easy. So I put a limit order, woke up, got filled, dude. Beautiful, man. Fucking beautiful. And then, so because of that win, which was beautiful, my day was also still great. But so look, watch this. So what happened here is we came down, and then to the left of the chart, I gotta zoom out. If you take a look at that low right there, see that low right there? That low. Well, again, I'm already out of the market. I got filled here, but when the price is coming down here, now I'm never usually up at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Like I'm still in bed, like literally. But my wife, she works and she don't care how much money I make. She wants to work and have her career, and I applaud her for it. It's fine. But sometimes she'll wake me up at 7:30 by accident, and then, and so on. And what happened today was I woke up because I knew I had a trade in the market last night. But then I woke up here and I was like, okay, we just took out that low. I'm not even looking at that low. I'm literally just looking at that low, and we're sitting there and we're bouncing around. I literally I get into this price action. Horrible Phil, but I got into this price action and went back to sleep damn near. And put a stop loss, and I woke back up and was ready, and shit was over here. So I'm only going to do this just to show you the logic of, and I couldn't screenshot it. I didn't do a good job of screenshotting it, but when we were also coming down in Asia, I understood that we also had this remaining portion of Friday's opening range gap. So that's why this was a minimum target. Plus, it got 50% right there, and so on. And here's a breakout artist right here, level of this imbalance, and so on as well. But anyways, I'm already, so again, I wake up here, I check the trades out, the Asia trade, and then I'm here, and I'm like, all right. And I was on my phone, and it was a 5 minute, so I didn't get a great entry or anything, but I ended up getting filled at this level here, this 358 and 3/4. What I had saw, it was different on the 5 minute though, but what I had saw is that this was starting to take off. So here I put my stop loss here originally, and then I got filled and I was in this drawdown, but it was still making higher lows though. And I was confident. I put my stop loss there, and I'm like, this is beautiful right here. We already took out that low, which is key. And then now look at this. Look at this easy money right here, dude. So and because the price is down here, and I know we settled here, I know the opening range gap is going to be up here. Or I didn't know exactly where the 930 open was going to be, but I do understand that it's going to be this big. You see what I'm saying? So that right there tells me I'm going up. So I got in early, and then 930 kicks in. 930 pushes up. If you were watching price, you would see that this 929, it was already leading up. It was already pushing up. And they do that so then 930 comes in, and it'll just kind of like flow right into that 50% of the opening range gap, which is beautiful, which was one of my targets. But my real target was the midnight level plus the opening week gap underneath it. If you look here in the midnight level here on this chart, you'll see that on this screenshot, you'll see there's no price action going on, right? It's just a straight line. There's no up and down. There's no, they're not working that level. It literally just opened and it kind of came down. So instead of stopping here, but remember, I'm already in it. So if I wasn't already in this trade, I would have took the buy here at this first, because it would have, if I didn't get in at the, literally like in this pocket of price, if I didn't get in there, like early, I would have either got in through a momentum movement of this 929. If I wasn't capable of doing that, I would have I would have bought this when it came back to this right here. Beautiful fucking, I mean, man, look at that, dude. So anyways, and then again, my target is this midnight level and the bottom of the opening week gap. All right. So that being said here, plus you have the ceiling of it here, but this was all I needed. Sure enough, as you see, we end up we pull back, right? We pull back. We get to that first imbalance there in the green. We get the support here with this candle here. You can go check that out. And we higher highs and higher lows. We're pushing up, and then we get here. Now, here's the thing. You're like, bro, how do you catch this, dude? Now, here's the thing. So the price is pushing up. I understand it's going to be a move. I already had a nice move. So I'm really comfortable. And I just had this move. So I'm really like sitting back. I'm not in a rush to catch no trade. But I knew it's going to probably leak slowly up. And why? Because we have the previous day high. Plus the Asia level that we engineered right there. So I have to wait until we bust out this high. And if you're asking why did I wait for that high to get broken, I wanted to target this high, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And it's Monday, so I need to be smooth and be cool. And I was gonna try to get involved with the entry in here. I did some scalping here, but that's not even worth showing. But I understood that we were gonna push up, right? And then that being said, once we took out this high of Friday, if you take a look here, I gotta just go to the trade then. Screen then. Once we did this right here, we popped up. You see to the left of the chart, we do tag the previous day high, that liquidity, and we hit that high from September 26th. So I understood that, and I take this trade for a sell. And we are overbought on the 5 minutes. So for me, it was a good trade. All I was looking for was what? If you know me the way I trade or the way I see things, pump, dump. That's it. That's all I was looking for. I was only looking for 2 trades, pump and then dump. All right. And guess what? Well, I got the pump, and then when I say dump, I mean just a regular dump. I don't mean like I don't mean this. I didn't expect this. That's for sure. But take a look here. So let me go back to the so now when this pushed up, right? When this pushed up here and I saw this imbalance, I saw this wick, I get in here. All right? The price stops. Right, and I would expect it to hold if it's not going to go, more than 50% of this inversion. I'm trying to get this as an inversion, and sure enough, it fails. That's fine. I already knew it was going to be over with anyway. By the time it came up this high, remember I'm a sniper, so my stop loss gets put here, and then it gets put closer to 50%. So whatever. Guess what happens? Then I'm in a window of time as well. Then the price pushes up here one more time. And guess what? At this point, I take it again. I have the same scenario. I can see the imbalance there. The candles are going sideways like here. And this one just failed. I have no problem taking it. That's why I got in here. Now, okay, so the price comes down, and underneath this, it turns into an inversion imbalance, holds, no bodies, then shoots down. Now, when I was taking this trade, this sell, I already got the pump. Now I'm just looking for a dump. And if it wasn't for Asia, I would have probably held this longer. But because I had such an amazing trade in Asia, I was just like, man, I'm just trying to take the profit and be good. So sure enough, the price comes down here, and I was looking at this original consolidation. I was looking at this area. I was like, they might just retrace back here and then bounce back up for a new high, right? So I was like, minimum target was back to the midnight level, back underneath the new week gap, because people are gauging from buying and selling based off of that. So I'm like, let me sweep this area. So the price comes down, boom. Now I'm trying to take screenshots early so I can be prepared for wicks and stuff like that. So, but what does it do? Man, bro, that price obviously came all the way down. Now, I mean, listen, I make mistakes, and I don't count this as a mistake, but it was enough. I was content, but I did see that this was a second possibility of coming back to the 930, and then looking at this as the original consolidation right here in a sell model. Because I was looking at this as the sell model. I was like, this looks kind of, they might just turn it around for a higher low and then shoot the hell up, get to this 50 level on the bearish daily imbalance, and then take out maybe that high right there as well, which would have been Thursday's high, right? So I obviously don't know that, but I did see this, and it ended up panning out. Look, the original consolidation right here. So then what do we do? So take a look. Excuse me. So the price shoots down, retraces. You should be trailing it. Is also what I should have did. So I got out early. I mean, just simple as that. I got out early, and I would have liked to also came to this imbalance as well, possibly. But again, I didn't know, so and I didn't care either. But now I'm sitting back. I already took the trade out, and what does it do? Here's a beautiful 3 drives. On a higher time frame, it looks better. On a 5 minute, it looks better. On this 1 minute, it doesn't. It's about 4 drives, but one retraces back, gets into this bearish imbalance, holds with that first imbalance as well, and then shoots for another leg down, comes up, gets caught up in here. All right, you can see that, right? And then shoots for another leg down. Now to the left, we're just slowly killing everybody. So then I buy this. Take a look at this. So I get this trade. I take a loss here. I try to take this buy right here. But because I knew that we were having a divergence on NASDAQ. NASDAQ did not take out these lows, and S&P and Dow took out those lows. So that's the reason why I was buying here. And by the way, this is the reason why I also sold at where I sold, because Nas was making a higher high, sweeping all that liquidity to the left. And if you look at S&P and Dow, they weren't even near it. So that's the other reason why I sold. So I'm not, again, I have framework and context around it. So, if you're just like, what the hell? How's he doing that? Well, I'm telling you every day, I'm looking for these things. So these are like my confirmation. But anyways, and when I took that buy, by the way, at the 7:30 time right here, that's also, I had also seen that we had lower lows. I'm sorry, we had higher lows with Dow, and we had lower lows with S&P and NAS. So I also looked at that as like, okay, that looks like a nice bottom. And we were deep. For NAS, we were deep. So I was like, yeah, cool, let's buy that. That's how I ended up buying it originally, by the way. But anyways, back to here. So when I bought this was a higher low. NASDAQ never took out those lows. And sure enough, clean lower lows. So that being said, let me go back to this. You'll see here that I take this. I still take this trade though, because I do understand that it's possible for a higher low. And I had this signal here, right? And this signal, it was weak because of the fact that they're same level, but they're still selling divergence. So, and we're talking about from here to here, right? From there to there. So I was like, nah, that doesn't look right, but I still took it because I'm thirsty. I mean, not thirsty, but just impatient. I'm ready to roll, man. But and I want to be done. I want this to be my last trade, also. But anyways, this fails obviously. So looked good for a moment. Everything was panning out, and then once we broke 2 lower than here, once we killed this imbalance and we went to here, I was like, that's not what I want to see. And sure enough, then it wicks below, and I'm out of the trade. But then I get another signal, and this is a beautiful signal. See this higher low right here. See how it's sitting right there on top of the bottom oversold, which would be considered the 30 level. That is a signature I see all the time. I've already done a million experiences with this, and this is what I love. Sometimes it'll happen again, like right here, but like this is beautiful. And sure enough, I do double the leverage. I take this because this has a potential of really going high. And we did. But when I took this, remember, there was a divergence here with Nas. So everybody else was... There was something else I wanted to say. I forgot. I can't remember, but whatever. Anyway, so when I take this buy here, all right, we're pushing up here. We have, hey, stop it, Riley, stop. All right, so when we pushed up here, we have this nice imbalance. It's holding. We have another imbalance right here. It's holding, beautiful, and then we have another imbalance here. But where am I taking this buy? Where would be your minimum thoughts here to take this buy? Well, my minimum level was the 930 open, literally. Because when the price comes down, like look how the price action right here, no wick on that candle. You see that right there? So my minimum, so, there's people who are selling literally at the 930 level, right? So boom, that's my minimum target. Second minimum target would have been these highs right here, because of the fact that this was the last liquidity that made money down, right? So this is my next minimum target. My next target would have been here. So I'm screenshotting it here. It did rise up a little bit, and then it got into the imbalance, first imbalance of the opening, session. So right there, beautiful. And that's it. So if you had another target, where would be your obvious target? It's 50% of this range. So very simply, if you do this, I'm making the video because I'm exhausted, man. I want to actually go take a nap. I'm just tired as hell. Weekends always kill me. Take a look. See that? So 50% of that range, that's fair delivery. So it's a nice speaker. You don't see that? Like you can see it already forming. Kind of like here. You push down, you take the liquidity to the left. You push up, you take the liquidity to the left. You push down again, you take the liquidity to the left. You push up and you take the liquidity to the left. I mean, think about that for a second. So very, very, very basic understanding, but so beautiful. Comes to the 50%, comes higher, squeezing everybody out to the left of the chart, and we're just playing around inside the opening range. So if you take a look at yesterday, and this is why they moved the price like this, because this is electronic trading hours. So this is all happening, after hours. But the old school traders and all older people like that, I mean, I'm not saying they don't see electronic trading hours or price movement, but when the price settled here on Friday, where are we now? Where are we now? We're not too far from it. We're like 30 points away. After all this shit, we are literally just 30 points away. Right? So that's the logic. The majority of the time, the price settles very close to the last settlement. So taking this, I'm saying that to say this, taking this buy back up here is very logical, right? And I knew this would turn into a big ass wick, but I think I'm talking too much. I don't understand how anyone makes other people make short videos. I don't get it. Anyways, dollar obviously still going up here. I feel like that's what's kind of holding us down. That's why we haven't broke through. I feel like Nasdaq is, I don't know, it could be either way, but I mean, I feel like it's just like late to the party, or they're just trying to hold it back, or it's a big red flag. But the thing is that we had a massive push with remember I told y'all we had equal highs here, and then we retraced back just to wipe out late buyers, right? And then I said we would push up and kill that, and look what we did. Beautiful. So not sure why we're still down here, but I think they're trying to lag us. That's all. I think that's all they're really doing, to be honest. But anyways, dollars back up, right? And still going, which is obvious. And then look at Dow here. I don't know. This is a little suspect. This might be a break. I don't know. I just feel like this is a break. Now, if it doesn't come back up, I mean, it would have to, it possibly comes back up here and then rolls over. If we're going to stop being bullish, since the last FOMC meeting, I believe that was last month, right? I'll be honest with you. I mean, this could be a time for it to reverse. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if is that a break, or is that just coming back in for a higher low, and then we push back up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. It's still early though. If you look on higher time frames, it's not really any. It's not really a. It's not really a break yet. But you would want to see Dow stop here and then kind of continue. But or are they just trying to get the last week's low? So we'll see about that. And pretty smooth day though, man. I mean, classic sell day for Dow though. I ain't gonna lie. Look at that. Classic sell day. Look at that. I used to catch these bitches on Dow right here. Look at this 932 reversal right there. Sick. So the reason that's true. I was gonna say the other reason why I bought this was because I have so much experience with Dow. Because you're just like, oh man, aren't you afraid it was gonna take that low out? Like, listen, if this would have failed, I would have bought from below it, honestly. Or if I would have been, or I might have waited till it took out that low, right? But the thing is that Dow taught me a lot as far as trying to catch shit like this. And while it was happening, I was like, watch they do this. But it's just experience, man. I mean, you can't teach experience. I swear that's just all it really is. But I understood what was the deal. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, where am I at? And then S&P, similar boat with Dow. So I don't know. We'll see. Nothing alarming yet, but I mean, you'd want to see a displacement below a low. Like if it displaced below this, then that'd be different. But it did close back up, so I don't know. I really don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't care. So I'm just taking day by day. I have now took a step back, really big from holding the idea of the 15-year historical data, because it's not really like panning out. Like we're still here. We should be much higher, in my opinion. But again, it is October, so we still have a couple months for this rally of Santa and all that shit. But we'll see. Again, I don't know. But yeah, no, Nas was super clean, man. I was very happy with Nas. Very, very, very smooth day. And then we're looking reversal here. I don't know. It's so weird. I look at other assets and it's like I would never want to trade them. Nas is just so fucking great, man. Anyways, coming right back to the middle of the range. That's a model in itself. I mean, not as nice as Nas. I tell you, Nas was beautiful. We can't complain there, man. You might think that's ugly. That's beautiful. I'll be honest with you. This has been one of the easiest years I've seen. Like, this has been easy, bro. Like, this could be way worse and harder. Like, way harder. And to be honest with you, I'm afraid that the hard times might be coming. I don't know, because this has been really smooth. But just ask yourself who made the money. Who just made the money? Where's the money at? Who just made money? All right, so there's that. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, expecting, again, in a perfect world, I'd like to see us finally get away from this 25% level, then head to the 50, and then the 75, and then the 100, and then seal that out. And to that gap that I've been mentioning right there. Was that on a 4 hour I marked that? I think it was. Yeah, I remember when I mentioned this gap. This had no price action right there. So I'm expecting to still get there, man. But they're just, I don't know. Doesn't look like they're gonna just stop here and start selling off. Even though that is a nice pool of liquidity there. Pays to be a trend line trader, don't it? Seriously, keeps it so simple, right? But that's why I was neutral. So yeah, consolidating. Now we've got these lows here. I don't know. I mean, I don't see us rating this, but we do have some news this week, so it's possible. But and then the idea is when we were selling here on this day, I'm looking for the weekly chart to at least print. I don't care if it's bullish or bearish, but I expect, if it is bullish, I expect the weekly to print a wick down here as the wick of the week, which would, in general speaking, Monday Is this the low of the week? And I'm hoping it is. It should be. It's the third week of the month, or almost fourth. So it's this one's should be a good week. But anyways, I'm still bullish. So there's no. All right, I talked about that. I should be good. I know I'm missing something. Am I missing something right now? Oh, no. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But last week's gap. Do you have last week's gap here? You need to have that on your chart. That was like key for me today. Um, you guys take care and God bless.